Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I am Rachie the Real, and here you guys find everything that you need to know. So today's topic is going to be about understanding women. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And you already know what it is. Let's get into it. So today, we get into how to understand women, right? Understanding women. So to my fellas, please, we're here, right? We paying attention, right? All right. And to my ladies, please watch and let me know, like, hey, you hit it on a nail, or like, no, sis, like you missed a whole bunch. All right. So let me know. So the first thing I want to talk about with understanding women, to really understand our emotions. And to understand our emotions, you guys are going to have to step outside of the male mind. Step outside, step outside, step outside. Because I know it's practical and it's logical. So that don't make sense of what we all got going over here. Because it's like, that's all, I know, chaotic. It is. But don't worry. Because you can understand us. You just have to stop using the right brain, go on to the left brain, okay? So we are driven by our emotions. And this is why we change our minds so frequently, and why we have so much up and down, because we just go by how we feel. We are definitely equipped to be able to handle our emotions in a sense of, when it comes, we flow with it. It comes, it flows. It comes, it comes out. Whereas I know for men, it is harder to deal with emotions because that's just not how they are equipped and built on gender. Okay, not saying that they can't, because they should. Still, everybody should have a certain emotional intelligence. But when it comes to really being able to vibe and rock with the emotions, because sometimes it gets too much for us too, and we're like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So just understand that we are definitely emotional driven, and that creates our way of life. It really does. And once you understand that, because we don't suppress our emotions, we run with them, we go with them, we feel them. And so that's why we want you to feel the same thing. Like, but how do you feel? Like, how did that make you feel? And how did that? And men are looking at us like, I don't know how that made me feel. Like, I was just, and it's like, but how did it make you feel some way, babe, right? Because that's what we do. Because when we have something happen to us and we cry, we talk to our girlfriends, or like family members, mom, like, they really do help us sort it out and really like figure everything out, because we feel so much. Another thing to really understanding women, we go and follow our intuition. So when they always say, like, a woman knows, a woman has an intuition, like she knows, because we do, but we follow it. We really have something in us, because feminine energy already is very spiritual. It connects to the universe and to spirit in a different way than masculine energy does. And we have both in us, masculine and feminine, but the feminine energy is the one that really connects to creativity, that connects to spirituality, and gives us that space of where everything doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. And that is the state that we are living in constantly as women. So I want you guys to understand that, because when she changes her mind, or when she's telling you, like, I don't think you should do that, and you're like, why? And it's like, I just have a feeling. Go with it. Because what she's feeling is correct. Now, does it have a logical place or space? No. Like, can she really explain why? No. But she just knows. So you got to like rock with that and roll with it. Another thing when it comes to like understanding women, we have, I don't know how do I want to put this? Like, it is chaos. I'm just going to say that. We have a chaotic mind because we can multitask over like 5-10 different things, okay? Because we don't have a very linear mindset, and it's just sporadic. So it seems chaotic, right? Because when you looking at the woman that's at home, she got the baby in one arm, she's on the phone talking to customer service with another hand, she telling the kids to go over there, eat that, put that down, okay, like, and then she's probably like cleaning up as we're talking too. That has so much going on where most men are like, okay, like that, I can't, because they can't focus in the certain ways that we do, and that's okay. So men, when you're looking and trying to understand a woman where she seems so complicated, I can get where we seem complicated, because in your mind you're thinking very logically and linear, and for us it is very sporadic and all over the place, and we just go how we feel. It's not really a certain equation that's going to give you the same answer every time. We are creatures that go with the flow. We are like water. Wherever the water flows, however it feels, angry, upset, we're going to show you. And this is when, as men, you pick up context clues, you know, and it's just like certain things that, you know, like a woman just likes. Like, we love to be wine and dine, not like from a monetary like value, but just like really just feel special. We really like to feel special, like the only woman in your life, okay? And we love to have this romantic idea of everything. And if you guys can fulfill that, of course, we're like, oh my gosh, like, girl, yes, like, look what my man did, like, he da-da-da-da-da, okay? And we also sit in a state of really of like, I know this is going to seem crazy. We want you guys to be mind readers because we feel like we put enough context clues out there. But I know like most men are like, no, you guys don't. Like, I don't get that. But we do. It's just understanding from a woman's mindset and then from a woman's mind, okay? To understand and know that things change. You change with the cycles, change like it's water, flowing, going, moving, okay? So a forever, like, a non-linear movement. So when you step into the emotional side of women, and you can understand that sometimes you may feel angry, sometimes you may feel sad, sometimes you may feel happy, sometimes you may da-da-da. You start to understand how the woman is going. And of course, like once you have your specific woman, you start to get like, okay, today is like this. I see she's eating this. I see she's picking this up. And I see she's talking like this. So she is in this type of mood today, okay? Because we have that. Like women, listen, when we feeling real good, we put the makeup on extra right. We got our hair done, da-da-da-da-da. We're going to say like, okay, I'm going to put on my favorite dress. If we don't really want to go out, we might wear a certain color. Like, we literally flow within creativity and colors and energy and mind and like flowing. Like, it's a whole bowl of like mixture of things. And like I said, it can be complicated to understand, but once you start to look at it from a woman's point of view, it's not so complicated after all. Because we want to sit in that energy of where we receive and like are provided for and like protected. That makes us feel safe. That makes us feel good. But women, we have to allow him to do that, right? Because a lot of times we feel like, well, he ain't doing his job. He ain't da-da-da-da-da-da. So then it's like, well, now he can't step in to do this. And now he's trying to understand, why won't she let me do this? I really want to be here for her. I really want to do this. So things like that kind of can become a little tricky. But like I said, if you understand and know that we are driven by our emotions, and I'm going to keep driving this home because this is the main thing, this is how we operate. And once you step into our minds of understanding that emotions fluctuate because it's just energy and motion, and we have a lot, especially when we're dealing with like hormones within us. So when our menstrual cycle comes, our hormones are all over the place. So sometimes we're sad, we're angry, we're pissed, we're happy. And just when we're in this angry, pissed way, just come over and like make us smile, make us feel good, make us forget. And I think that's a lot of times that what women that we actually want our men to do, to like make us forget. make us forget that we're mad, make us forget that we're sad. Because a lot of times we just want to know that we are yours and we're heard and we're seen. That's it. That's really it. But when we're not seen and heard and we're going through all of this and we feel like we're not being helped, then emotions are turned up, turned down, okay? And like, for example, as emotional, okay, how we're emotionally thinking and based off of. So it's the same example that I gave in my video for understanding men, I'm going to give for understanding women, okay? It's the same exact example, but now on the woman's side. So let's say a man asks you, like, okay, like, babe, like, what you want to eat? And you're like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? And then he says a place, and it's an American restaurant, and they have a whole bunch of different things you can choose from. So he gets wings, okay? And he like, you want some wings? And he like, no, I don't want any wings. And he like, you sure? You don't want no wings? He like, no, I don't want any wings. Like, I want a chicken sandwich. Can you give me that? He like, sure, babe, no problem. Gets the chicken sandwich, he gets wings, comes back home, boom. Now you're looking at his plate because the wings look hella good. You didn't think you wanted wings because that's not what you was feeling like. But now looking at his plate, you want some wings because they look really good and they're like calling your name. To a man, he's not going to understand because he already asked you, what did you want? But here we go, because we're going off our emotions, how we feel. At that moment, we did not want that. We didn't feel that we wanted that. But now looking at your plate, it's like we're feeling, yeah, I think I do want some wings. Well, let me just have one. And that's another thing too. We just want to have just like a little taste, just to get a little something, you know, because we just want a little, okay, because they're looking damn good. So let me just get a little taste. Wow, okay, maybe just like one more, babe, right? Now, of course, women don't eat up all of his food because he did ask you, what did you want? And you chose what you wanted. We got to get a little bit more sound in our decisions. But I know because we want it all. We want it all. We want to do this, we want that. Now, also, man, I'm not saying that we're just such an emotional wreck that you have to guide us and tell us what to do because we don't know what the fuck we doing. We do, okay? It's just that this is a main component to how we navigate life and how we feel within a relationship, how we feel within a partnership, how we feel within a friendship, how we feel with our family members and different things that can kind of like throw us and put us in a certain situation or make us feel less than or whatever, right? Or feel loved because we're going off of what we feel and how we interpret that, because we look at everything not at face value, whereas men look at everything as face value. Women, we look at the undertones. What are you really saying? What are you really thinking? When you did like that, what did that really mean? And that's why we create stories in our mind, okay? So I'm going to create another video later on to get like more into depth with it, but this was just like a little surface thing of how to understand women. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video, but always make sure to think critically, to trust your spirit, and follow your intuition. All right, so until next time, bye guys.